Now, Borger was a rough town. Like, it was founded by essentially the mafia.
Right.
And the Texas Rangers had to come and enforce martial law on it twice to clean it up. So this is a story from those days that if you walked into a bar, the doorman would ask if you had a weapon. And if your answer was no, they would give you one so you had a chance. Howdy, howdy, y'all. It is Chet and Daniel back again for the June Talkin Texas podcast. Dan the man is wearing sunglasses in an indoor podcast studio without any windows.
Let me tell you.
Why?
My future is so bright. No, actually, it's just because it's summertime.
It's summertime.
Man. And I'm just chilling. You know? Like you do.
Like you do. You wear sunglasses, which are cool. I'm wearing jorts, which you know,
controversial.
Not quite as cool. Controversial. It's jort season, baby. I want that on a shirt and a hat.
It's jort season.
Jort season. I'm in a bit of a kick. Like, I've got all these pants that I haven't worn in years. Baby, I'm getting the scissors out. They're all becoming jorts.
Do it.
I'm not kidding.
It's funny because people will actually pay crazy money for something that you can make yourself.
Exactly.
And we used to do it all the time.
All old jeans. If they've got holes in the knees, guess what, baby? Jorts.
Just don't Daisy Duke it, man. Like, that's all I'm saying.
I think I've got, my wife wouldn't let me walk out of the house in something that's a little too short. Although I will say I've botched a couple pairs of pants before and like literally started walking out the door and Laura was like, whoa, where are you going? I'm like, what? She's like, come on now. Like, back upstairs, get another pair of pants. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, I just didn't look in a mirror.
Wait, what?
I really don't look in the mirror much before I leave the house.
Really?
Do you? Like, kind of? I mean, I don't want to go down the vanity road.
If I did, I'd probably look better than this. So yeah, maybe I don't look in the mirror that often.
I mean, I brush my teeth, so I guess there is some mirror contact, but I definitely don't. You know, I just throw on clothes and go.
I mean, I think women look a lot more in the mirror.
That's true. That's true. But that's society, man.
It is. It's ridiculous.
The patriarchy keeping them down.
Sexism.
That's it. So, well, I do. How did we get here?
I don't know,
this
man.
This is just the intro. All right. So you're listening to the Daytripper podcast. Daniel's on the couch in the cool shades. And we've got a lot of Texas to talk about. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, review it. It helps. And let's thank the sponsor right off the top, Don Hewlett Chevrolet.
Hey.
But we're not talking about trucks. We're talking about tricking out your trucks.
Custom.
Yeah, that's right. So Don Hewlett Chevrolet, a lot of people don't know, they're the home of Texas Tough Accessories Department. So it is it's like a whole trick your truck shop in the middle of the Don Hewlett dealership where you can basically make your truck your truck. They do lifts, they do toolboxes, they do grill guards, they do side steps, paint, tint, leather. And we just got a sick new ride from Don Hewlett.
Did. Yeah,
if y'all been paying attention to the social media, we've got some stuff up there. I mean,
it's a beast.
It's a beast. It's a beast. So Don Hewlett does provide vehicles for us to ride on the show, and we don't get to pick what they are. They kind of, here you go. And this time we showed up to swap the trucks out, and they had lifted this thing. It's got full custom catskin leather in it. What else? Big giant wheels. It's rolling on 35-inch tires. Custom wheels. The tent is sick.
Oh man,
it's a pretty sick truck.
You have to get let's get to get into it, don't you?
Shut up. I
kind of do too.
No, I know. But they did have that conversation. I guarantee you. Like, is this too high for Chet? Let's put the side steps on. Like, oh cool. Man, it's awesome. So Jared, our buddy Jared, runs that department, and they can do anything you want to the truck, and they do it well. They do it. They're very affordable. I mean, affordable. It's you could spend as much or as little as you want. They're cost competitive. That's a way to say it. And they recently went out. They sponsored Yee Day at Granger Smith's Ranch over there, and so they had all these bad mamma jamma tricked out trucks out there. It's cool. I think that video you can find online. Mm-hmm. Granger had set up this like quarter-mile mud pit with foot deep mud in parts, and they were having a contest on who could run the quarter mile the fastest. But it's not just like your standard asphalt quarter mile. It was nasty. It's fun. Yeah. It's fun content. They get wild out there on Yee Day. All right. So DonHewlett.com, but check out Texas Tough Accessories because
Trick your truck.
that's tough. Yeah, trick your truck.
Hey, and if you don't
Pick
have a
my
Chevy,
ride.
you already got a truck, still take it to them.
That's true. They can do any truck, whether you buy it there, whether you already own it. If you're looking for someone that knows what they're doing, I mean, that's the danger. Like, I can repaint my truck. I watched a YouTube video.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You attempted some of that stuff.
I did.
You got a little
I'm
out of
speaking from
hand.
experience
I know.
here.
Like, yeah.
Like, I'm going to
maybe.
do a bedliner on my whole Jeep.
Oh man, they do bedliners too. But yeah, you did that. Like you ripped that whole thing apart.
It took me so long to.
I remember it was like
I should have taken it to Don Hewlett. They
You
probably
would've
would have
done
done
it
it in like
a
a couple
day.
days tops.
Yeah, like that was like a month or two.
It was winter.
Oh yeah.
I remember I started when it was hot outside and I finished when it was hot outside again. That was a long time.
Oh man, that's funny because I remember asking you. We're like, yeah, it's still in pieces all over my garage. Yeah. Maybe let Don Hewlett do that. All right, guys. So it is summertime. Let's jump in, and I want to open this up with 5 ideas for you to make the most of summer. So these are like the top 5 things in my mind to do in summer in Texas. All right,
Let's do
We're
it.
gonna start on number 5. Go to the beach.
Easy.
Go to the beach.
Why wouldn't you?
367 miles of coastline in Texas, and I guarantee you there's a part of it you like. I've been to a lot of beaches, and I think it is a bit biased, but it's just my affinity for Texas beaches. I like them better than Florida beaches. I do.
Really?
Yes. I like them better than California beaches.
Well, one of the biggest reasons is because there's not as many people, though.
That's true. Not as many people.
Well, it depends on which one you're going to. But.
Yeah. But you can typically get a little more space on a Texas beach. The sand is better for building sandcastles, which my family, we're sandcastle monsters. We'll spend hours out there building sandcastles. The water is shallower for longer. So you can kind of go a decent ways out and sit there and bob with your friends versus in Florida, like there's a drop off, like wham, right off the beach. And so it's not as good for kids. You know, Florida Beach, you don't get those cool sandbar things, you know, like, hey, let's go out to the second sandbar. I don't know why. I love that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so go to the beach. Here we go. Number 4, go see some classic movies. One of the things I love about Texas summer is a lot of the theaters start running these like Hollywood film festival classics. You know, they're trying to fill seats during the summertime. Not only are there your summer blockbusters, which are fine, good popcorn movies, but like, you can go and see Casablanca on the big screen. You know, you can go and rewatch The Shining. Maybe, you know, take your kids to that one or not. But like the Paramount downtown Austin, they're doing a huge summer movie series where you get to see the classics on the big screen.
Yes.
So if you've never done that, that's highly recommended. Air conditioning, snacks.
Well, and that's one cool way to do it, but also like go to Ennis, drive-in movie theater.
Oh, drive-in movie theaters. That's true.
Now that
Those
cool.
fire up in the summer. Yeah. So go see a movie, either a classic or a new one, or go to the drive-in. Do something different than you normally do.
Right.
Heck, I don't know. Put your booty in the seat at 10 a.m. and don't leave till midnight. Like, that'd be fun. do a movie day. See how far you can go. Go to the caves. Go explore a cave. Number
Nice and
3.
cool.
You almost did all the caves in Texas a couple summers ago.
So my daughters and I tried to hit them all.
Yeah.
We missed one, and it was out near San Antonio.
Caverns of
west.
Sonora?
It was Sonora.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That one's
it's
far
not
out
San
there.
Antonio, but it's out that direction.
But they're gorgeous, man.
All of the caves are great. They're all a little bit different, so it doesn't feel like every time you're like, well, it's another hole in the ground.
Right.
I mean, it is, but at the same time, they all look different. They all have their own little personalities.
Yeah.
Cave Without a Name, that's probably
favorite?
one of my favorites.
That one outside of Bernie. That one's great.
good. So
Cascade Caverns is also out there outside of Bernie. We went to Natural Bridge Caverns like over spring break. My kids, it blew their mind.
Oh, yeah.
They loved it. All right. Number 2, go to a museum. All right. And I don't care. History museum, art museum, dinosaur museum, butterfly museum. We have so many museums in Texas that are world class, cutting edge, like as high a quality as you're going to find anywhere in the country, and they're in your backyard and you may have never gone. Houston's Natural History Museum with all the dinosaurs and cockerel butterfly museum, all of that stuff, like go to museum, art museum. Those are fun too.
Check out the little town museums too.
Little county
something
history
about your
museum.
own city.
There you go. All right, and then number 1, jump in a Texas swimming hole. It's going to be like 128 degrees this summer. So find a swimming hole somewhere nearby and go and knock yourself out. Whether it's spring fed like Barton Springs or Balmorhea out west, or it's like just a swimming pool. You know, find something, or on a river, the El Rio Frio. We just got back from Menard.
We did.
On the San Saba River. We found a great little swimming hole there.
And what was it called?
The Hillbilly Hot Tub. It was like this little rock shelf in the middle of the like San Saba River out in the country, and it was great.
It was even better than I imagined.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Really cool. Just a good place to hang out, you know? Get some lawn chairs, pack a cooler, pack a Frisbee.
Bring some music.
Bring some music. Get a little turtle box. You got it going on. All right, so those are the top 5 things to do in summer in Texas. 5 beach, 4 movies, 3 caves, 2 museums, number 1 swimming holes. There you go. Bam. All right, Daniel, what are your plans this summer? You got anything like in the queue?
Well, I'm probably going to go to a cave. I'm probably going to go to a museum.
Classic movie. Yeah.
Whatever I do, I'm going to stay cool. I'll tell you that, because it's going to be a hot one.
Yeah. We already feeling it, man. We just got back from Menard filming, and I wasn't ready for it. I mean, we were filming in May, and I was like, okay, springtime filming. No way, dude. It was already that summertime sweat.
Ooh. Yeah, we've been outside like this whole week pretty much.
We have been. Yep. We 2 forts, a swimming hole, some great restaurants. Menard was fun. Like, it's going to be a good episode.
Usually what I do is catch my family up with a lot of the day trips we've made on the show. Because every time I come back, I'm like, they go, so what did you do? And I'll say all the things that we did. And they're like, oh, man, that sounds cool. I want to do that.
I want to go do that.
And so this time of year is whenever I tell all the kids, all right, remember that time you said you want to do that thing? And I'm thinking in my head, like, it was fun, but I don't want to do that one again.
Yeah.
But it's like, they got to experience
Go do something else.
So,
I know. Same with my family. Well, Dad, will you take us there? Like,
will you take us to that field that had that plaque that Chet read?
Oh, I can't wait to go there.
It's not as exciting in person as we made it look on the Daytripper.
Remember that story of the guy that shot the gun on the bluff, and it was like a mile-long shot? Can you take us out into the middle of nowhere and show us that?
Yeah. Sure, kids. 10-hour drive to stare at a field. Did they really want to go see that?
Well, they say it at the time.
Yeah. I want to go see that. Yeah.
It's going to come down to, is there a pool there? No. Is there Wi-Fi? No. Okay, let's find something else.
Man, speaking of pools and no Wi-Fi, well, that's not what you said. But this past month, Laura and I got to get away to Costa Rica.
Yeah, you did.
That was awesome. So, like what we've been up to, filming a little bit, but then big getaway. So I do travel outside of Texas on occasion. Oh, it was awesome.
There's nothing wrong with traveling outside of Texas.
No, you got to. I mean,
here's the thing, though. You would never, because I know you and I know myself too, we could never live outside of Texas.
Heck no.
Like,
no
traveling
way.
is always, I love to travel.
Yeah.
And I love to travel inside and outside just as much. But man, Texas is home.
Yeah, like you go to Colorado and you're like, man, it's beautiful. I love it here. But you're there in July. What about the other 4 months when you're snowed under?
Nah,
you know?
I'm good.
Like, yeah. Can you imagine? I've never had to live in the middle of the snow. I don't think I could do it.
I couldn't do that.
I'm a big sissy. After a couple days, I've only got one starter jacket. I can't go out.
Starter?
Yeah. I can't go out and get a whole closet full of starter jackets. I only got one.
Wow. I mean, like straight from the 90s.
Straight from the 90s. It is. Cowboys. World champions, 1993. That's when I bought it.
Oh wow,
still rocking it. But like, I'm with you. Like, loved Costa Rica. We watched some videos before we went to Costa Rica, and they were like top 10 mistakes new people make in Costa Rica, and it was like, don't buy a house immediately on your first visit. I guess real estate is somewhat cheaper there, and they were saying like people come in like, I love it, I'm buying a house. They're like, look, come back a couple times, see some different parts, and then maybe you could buy a house.
I might be in the wrong business if I can't go to Costa Rica and just instantly buy a house.
Yeah, you're right. Same.
What the heck?
Same.
Who's doing that?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe real estate is like super cheap, but I doubt it's that cheap. Can't be that cheap. So, but anyway, you get to see things outside the country that you can't see in Texas, like wild monkeys.
So cool.
Sloths. We didn't see a sloth. I mean, you could see them in museum. We had a sloth interaction in spring. That was amazing.
That was really cool.
Ate my weight in ceviche every day. I
saw the
swear I could
pictures.
eat ceviche every day. Every day. But anyway, it was good. Any highlights for you this past month?
This past month,
Finishing up school, the girls?
the girls. So today that we're filming is actually a little, behind the scenes. We have to film this before you see
Yeah,
it.
it didn't instantly release.
So today is my girls' last day of school.
Yep. Same.
And I've got 3 girls in their high school, middle school, elementary. And I can't tell you how excited my wife, Jordan, and I are to not be taking them all to separate schools, at least for the next couple months. Looking forward to that. They're looking forward to not going. I got to do a shout out to my oldest, Brooklyn. I'm very proud of her because she made the Bells dance team. Liberty Hill High
Liberty
School.
Hill Bells.
And on top of that, they just had a big banquet and she was Star of the Year.
No kidding?
She was the director's choice for like the best one overall or something. She won like 4 major awards.
That's awesome.
Most improved. There were so many things.
That's cool.
So she
Good
is
job, Brooklyn.
so good. I love her and proud
Got
of her.
all her talent from her daddy.
I can
her
guarantee that that's not true.
Her dancing vibes. But she's in dancing. She got to go to like those camps all summer long.
So our summer is going to be a lot of camps, a lot of dancing related things. She has to run a mile. I want to say it's every day.
What's about, huh?
At least every week. There's a certain amount of miles she has to run a week. And Jordan and I are going to be running with her.
More intense than the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders,
I'll
man.
tell you what, they're not letting these girls, because it's varsity dance and they have to do a lot of competitions, a lot of stuff. And they told them this last year, they said, the coach was like, y'all were a little bit slow this last year and huffing and puffing on the fields. So you're going to be running a lot this summer. I'm not letting y'all get back into school time and you're not, prepared.
Wait, and you're going to run with your daughter?
So I'm going to try my best and I'm going to be running too.
Yes.
We'll see. We'll see.
Dude, so my daughter did track and she came home for spring break with like a daily sprint workout she had to do.
Really?
And I was like, I got this. That's no problem. That's a very good way to kill a 43-year-old man. When's the last time you sprinted like a 400?
A 400?
Yeah, I've got about 20 yards of sprint in me. And
I was going to
it's
say,
just death.
I don't sprint 400.
No,
that's a full lap.
It was run it as fast as you can. So like,
I don't know if I could sprint nonstop a 400 right now.
like, yeah. Oh
No,
no.
like,
My
I'd probably get
sprint looked like
100
an old lady jog by the end of it, but I was still at 110% of what I had in the tank.
I probably have about a 5-minute 400 in me.
That's probably about my time. Oh man, good luck with that, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Good luck with that. I've got a little home gym, so I'll be probably fielding my son who want to work out all the time.
Yeah.
His mind's on football.
That kid is growing.
Protein,
like
Dad.
an
I
inch a
need more
month.
protein. Okay, more protein. He's just a monster. It's good though because he actually cares.
Is he taller than you yet?
Oh yeah. He passed me up in 8th grade.
Did he really?
Yeah. We'll see. He gets all that from his mama for sure.
He's getting his daily intake of spinach. I guess.
Yeah, for sure. We're keeping him well fed. Flintstone vitamins, man.
vitamins.
Flintstone vitamins all day long. All day long. All right, dude. Well, good times. Let's move on into our Meanwhile in Texas, where we find a crazy story that happened somewhere in the Lone Star State.
While you've been listening to this podcast, lots of stuff's been going on in the Lone Star State. This is Meanwhile in Texas.
All right. So my story, which is pretty awesome, is brought to you from the town of Burnett, Texas, not too far from where I live.
Burn it, darn it. Can't you learn it?
Darn it. Wagon Springs Ranch. So something really cool happened out there. First of all, just to tell you, there is a cream-colored bison that they have. It's cream. Yeah, so kind of blondish. It's a little yellow, a little white. Its name is Blanco.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I like to say Blanco, but they call him Blanco.
Blanco.
So he's always had light-colored cream offspring.
Okay.
It just happens
genetic.
the way it is. Yeah, they've always been lighter in color. Well, they said, we've got this other one now that's also the same light-colored cream. What happens if we breed them together? Ooh. Well, they bred them together. Bam. Apparently, blonde and blonde makes white.
Whoa.
White. And I'm not talking
white
about like
buffalo.
little white. I'm talking about this thing looks like a lamb.
What?
It's the cutest thing you've ever seen, but it is white. Now, I would say it's albino. It's not actually albino. It is called leucism.
Okay.
Because there is a very low amount of pigmentation. Albino means you have no pigmentation at all. It's more like me. It's just very white.
Okay, yeah.
Have you seen my legs? I need to be out a little bit more.
I try not to, yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways, this is, it's so beautiful, this white
That's
lamb.
got to be super rare.
It is very rare. They're saying it's probably about 1 in 10 million.
No
And
kidding.
it happened on the first try.
Boom.
The first time that these two blondes bred, they had a very white, nearly albino.
Albino.
Yeah.
Okay, because they were expecting just another blonde one.
Yeah.
And they get a white. What does a blonde buffalo even look like? Like a big furry golden retriever? Like,
Yeah, I would say it's pretty close to like a golden retriever
okay,
color.
and this one's like a white. Like
and
a
they're normally
sheepdog.
like dark brown, right?
Yeah.
So, the parents already look pretty cool, but this
That's
one's
rad.
as white as white. So they named it Unatsi, which in Cherokee means snow.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because the Native Americans considered white bison a very good omen anytime they saw them a long time ago.
It's a
because
good thing.
It would naturally occur just if you don't force certain ones
Yeah.
to come together and actually, breed, then very rare, right?
No kidding.
So
it's a good omen and not a sign of the end of the world.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
No, they say it's a good omen. It means the land is blessed. Like,
Okay.
it's a really cool thing. Now, it's so young right now that they haven't really been able to get out and give it much attention to see more about it. But you can clearly see from far away. There's tons of pictures online. Bright white.
Can we go see it? Is it open to the public somehow?
I don't know if it's open to the public right now, but they did say they're going to keep this one on their ranch. They're not going to sell it out.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you know this, but it wasn't too long ago, like just several decades, but not overly too long ago, that bison were going extinct.
Oh, yeah,
right?
totally.
And
Yep.
a lot of private ranches, a lot of different people have been trying to bring the numbers up. So there's roughly 450,000 in the U.S. right now.
Okay.
So it's now considered a nearly threatened species, but it's coming back.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, back in the days of the Indians and the cattle drives, I mean, there would be, before the cattle drives, really, I mean, they say the southern herd was like between 50 and 60 million running back and forth.
It's hard to believe. The things that humans do can be horrible sometimes.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
There's parts of history you don't want to forget it. You want to forget it, but you can't because you need to learn from your mistakes and move forward. And it's really cool that we have the ability to try to make up for some of those things by, in this example, bringing those herds back.
Totally.
Bringing those numbers back up.
Totally.
So
that's amazing.
It's a really cool story. I encourage everybody to look up this little bison.
The white buffalo.
Yes. Well, and it's not a buffalo. You got to remember.
Oh, it's a bison.
Buffalo it would be a water buffalo in Africa.
Yes.
There's no buffalo per se in the U.S. They're called American bison.
The American bison. Thank you, Daniel.
Yep.
Thank you.
Leave it to me to correct everybody with everything. But
it reminds me of a story in Snyder, Texas, which is kind of the southern parts of the Panhandle, West Texas. They have a statue of a white buffalo on their courthouse lawn because a very famous buffalo hunter out there in the late 1800s killed a white buffalo. And it was so rare that it's like memorialized in history and in a statue. That's how rare these things were.
Yeah.
But he was sitting on cliffs like watching millions of buffalo pass him by, and then boom, there was a white one.
And he thought, I'll kill that one.
I guess so. Yeah. It's crazy. Man. So that's cool. I would love to go see it.
Yes.
All right, so here's a story that I found. It's not so much like crazy, it's just really good, and I'm glad this is actually happening. So during the Republic of Texas period, we had one town that was our most important city in Texas. It was called Washington on the Brazos. It was a very, very important city. It's where we signed our Texas Declaration of Independence. It was upriver, I guess, from San Felipe de Austin, which you could also say was one of our most important cities. But we are now finally, after 180 years or so, bringing Washington on the Brazos back. And not only that, they're doing excavations on what was this huge, important city that has never been excavated at all. So it was one of the largest cities in Texas. There were all kinds of famous people there. We signed a Declaration of Independence. We had congressional meetings there for our Congress. It was our capital for a period of time. And then it basically got abandoned, fell into disrepair, and just crumbled into the ground. And we've never excavated the thing.
Wow.
So the state gave $50 million for this effort. And over the next few years, they're going to be digging down. They've already started. They've found the sites. They kind of were speculating. They found the site where Sam Houston had his presidential office. Hit the White House. They excavated that. They've excavated the city streets. They're going to rebuild buildings. They were building a appropriate ferry that they're going to put in the Brazos River.
Wow.
So over the next few years, it's going to go from, if you've ever visited Washington on the Brazos, it's just a field.
Yeah.
With a little tiny building that is a recreation of where they signed the Texas Declaration of Independence. Other than that, there's nothing there.
Right.
And no one's ever excavated it.
That's hard to believe.
So they've started to do it. They've already found 10,000 artifacts. Pipes, buckskin, china plates, Houston's presidential office. And by the time they're finished, they're basically are going to be recreating one of the most important cities in Texas history.
That is so amazing.
So cool.
Do you think so? $50 million. If I bring a shovel, can I have like $1 million? And I will go to work.
We need to start a little subcontracting business.
I'm just saying.
State contractor.
I can dig.
Yeah, I've seen you dig. You're really good, and it's probably worth $1 million for you.
Thank
and
you.
for me.
Thank you. You get $1 million too.
Yeah. We should all start a subcontracting company.
Perfect.
They didn't put that out or call us. They should have. Everyone grab a shovel. That's a lot of money. A lot of it is going to go into like recreating these buildings.
Okay.
And there's already a museum there. They're totally overhauling it. It has what I believe is like the only Texas flag we have from the Republic period. Like the only one.
The
actual flag from the Republic period.
Wow.
So stay tuned, guys. It's supposed to be finished by 2025, which that's creeping up here pretty quick.
That's very quick, and I have a feeling Daytripper is going to be visiting.
I think we might be. We visited it season 2. I think it's time for a refresh.
I think so.
All right. Okay. Those are cool. Let's jump ahead to our Texas Music Minute. All right. So this is a band named Silverada. Now you go, okay, Silverada, never heard of them. Well, have you heard of Mike and the Moon Pies?
Yes.
Okay. So Mike and the Moon Pies started in 2007. Mike Harmeyer, the lead singer, he's a Texan. From Tomball, but now based in Austin. He started this band, Mike and the Moon Pies. They had all kinds of success. Played the Grand Ole Opry. They've been written up in Rolling Stone. And recently, don't know why, he decided to rebrand to Silverada.
What?
I know. I think it was like new chapter.
Okay.
Maybe the Moon Pie name had kind of run its course.
Maybe he didn't like moon pies as much anymore.
maybe he became diabetic. Couldn't eat moon pies anymore.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Just making stuff
I don't know. Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
So anyway, Silverada, they played the Red Poppy Fest here in Georgetown a couple weeks ago. Absolutely killed it. And this is one of they haven't even released an album yet, but they've released some singles. And so this song is called Anywhere But Here. It'll be on their upcoming album that comes out late June, I believe. But I'm going to play the music video for you, Daniel, here in the studio, and people can find it online. The Daytripper makes a little appearance.
No.
I literally didn't know this. And it's not us. It's just our tag on the door that says featured on the Daytripper.
Okay.
But
I'll take it.
You'll recognize the place because the whole music video is made somewhere that we have indeed featured on the Daytripper. Here it is, Anywhere But Here by Silverada.
Sharpshooters chewing up the ground. Strange souls all over town. They're putting paint on the pedigree. Just put me out of my
Hey.
Good country music.
That's a good
So
one.
the video was filmed at Parker's Market in Liberty Hill. Although that may no longer be around, it's something else. It's rebranded.
Formerly Parker's.
Formerly Parker's. Made a great burger. I hope they keep that going on.
Yeah, I don't know if they are anymore, but man, that was really good at the time.
It was delicious. So you guys can find the album Silverada. It's coming out. They're making just good classic country music, and that song right there is about development, change.
Yeah.
Like people coming to town, widening the highways, building all kind of stuff, and he's like, you can make trouble anywhere but here. And
How perfect is that for Liberty Hill, too?
I know exactly.
Because, man, 5 years
Yeah.
ago, Liberty Hill was nothing compared to what it is now.
No. That town is just exploding.
Yeah.
And they filmed it at one of the spots. It's going to be changed forever,
Absolutely.
So y'all go and find them, look them up. Silverada, making great music.
That's awesome.
All right, here we go. Sponsor spot in the middle. We have another person to thank. And Daniel, did you know? These are the times when I say it and you're like, no, I didn't.
I'm already ready to go. No, I did not.
Famous singer, songwriter, guitarist Boz Scaggs grew up in Collin County, Texas.
Boz Scaggs.
Boz Scaggs.
Give me a second.
Guitarist for
Steve Miller Band.
There you go.
Got him. Look at that.
And then went on to have a solo career. He had an album called Silk Degrees, which sold 5 million copies in the 70s. That's a lot of albums.
Especially in the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, let me think.
People back then didn't listen
I
to
know.
music, so.
Well, actually, they bought more albums than we
They
do now,
probably
though,
did.
because it was like, I'll stream it on Spotify. Like, they actually bought albums.
Yeah.
But his Silk Degrees, it had the song, Lido. Whoa, Lido. Anyway, there you go. So he, incredible guitar player, incredible singer-songwriter from Collin County. And now the Collin County History Museum in downtown McKinney has an exhibit called Created in Collin County. You can go learn about him, other entertainers, athletes, businesses, innovation that is all there. And if you want to learn about the museum, check out our McKinney episode on YouTube. It's free. It's open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. More information at CollinCountyHistoryMuseum.org. McKinney is fun. There you go.
I just realized something else I'm going to do this summer. I'm going to Collin County.
Collin County, baby. There's been a bunch. We've
done a lot of good things.
In Collin County. So, yeah, go check it out, y'all. All right. Questions from the back seat.
Are we there yet? Hey, can you pass me the snacks? When are we gonna stop? I gotta go.
All right, here we go. This one comes from Crystal Banks. If any of you have great summer ideas or Airbnbs for families, would you please post them? I need to do a road trip and feature some beautiful Airbnb rentals. So she's asking for Airbnbs for families. And so I thought of a few that, if I'm going to try to take my family there this summer. Stay Onera in Fredericksburg. Onera. So they have built all these incredible tree houses. You ever stayed in a tree house?
No.
There you go. Your girls would love that, man.
Oh, they would absolutely.
So they got pool. They've got literally these insanely architectural things. These things could be on Architectural Digest, if that's still a magazine. And so the Onera is a good one. The Bygone in Wimberley is a really fun place to stay for families. They've got an awesome pool that's tucked away in the hill country. And then I was looking around. There used to be this famous kettle thing that someone lived in that has now been converted into an Airbnb called the Kettle House in Galveston. I've been wanting to stay there. This thing has fascinated me since I was a kid. It's like imagine a bell turned upside down.
Okay.
To where the not the ringer part, it opens to the sky and it balances on the bottom. What? And it has a door. I don't know, man. It defies gravity, but you can stay there now. Like got like 3 bedrooms in it inside this kettlebell. So,
all right.
I looked on Airbnb.com real quick. There's so many cool places to stay.
Oh, I know that.
Like, you go to Terlingua, there's not only yurts, and they've got dugouts now that are in the ground, so you stay in holes in the ground, or they've blown out sides of caves. Have you seen this?
I have not seen that.
You stay in these caves, and then you've got glass doors that close, so you've got like a picture window of Big Bend in the distance, and you're in a cave, a literal cave.
Oh my gosh.
They're wild. They're wild. All right. So, Crystal, good luck. Let us know where you end up staying. All right. Shannon Parham. What is the best, easiest place for a newbie to finally float a Texas river? Never floated a river.
Wow. I would say head to San Marcos.
San Marcos. That was at the top of my list.
That's it. Easy
river.
yeah.
Got the cool rapids of Rio Vista Park at the bottom of it.
They have the buses that will
The
take
shuttles.
you back and forth.
Yes. You rent from the Lions Club right there. Hop in. It's like an hour float. And then if you want, you just do it again.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. So much fun. San Marcos River. Also throw the Comal out there because a lot of it has to do with the ease of getting in and out of the river. It's not too long. The Comal has that famous river chute that'll flip you and you might think you're drowning for a bit, but don't worry. You probably won't drown.
That was me.
Yeah. Dude, I get flipped every time I'm on that thing.
It feels like probably every fifth person or so.
Oh, totally.
Because it's not every person, because some people will just go right through it.
Yeah, and they scoot
and then all
over,
of a
like, what was
sudden
the
it's
big
like,
deal?
now there's a twister, and then that next person just tube and all underwater.
Dude, I've lost shoes. I've lost sunglasses. I don't know what it is, but yeah, some people just like float over it.
Yeah.
All right, so and then the Guadalupe is a little more involved. That could be like a 4-hour float, but the cool thing is they'll shuttle you around, so you like it's all hands off. You park at the tube rental place, and they take you to where you go, and then you finish at the tube rental place. So easy.
Yeah.
Super fun. All right, great question. Here's another one. This comes from Joseph Quijas. I want to express my gratitude. Y'all, I've been listening to the podcast. I love all the information about places to go in Texas. When are you going to do a new episode on Corpus Christi?
Ooh, a new
episode
Christi.
on Corpus Christi.
What season did we do that?
4 or 5. So it's been a while.
Been a minute.
Yeah, been a decade at least. So I was thinking, like, there is something in Corpus I want to do desperately. And you're going to have to get in the water with me.
Okay.
So the Texas State Aquarium is in Corpus.
Oh, yeah.
And they now have an experience where you get to swim with sharks.
No, they don't.
Yeah, you do.
When did they have this?
You snorkel with them. So they've got the shark tank, and then in the corner of the shark tank, they have a shark cage. And so you hop in the cage with a snorkel and a mask, and you're there with them. Just in the open water.
Heartbeat.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I would love to do that.
So swim with sharks, Texas State Aquarium. I want to do that. We never went to the Selena Museum.
We didn't.
But they're weird about putting it on TV. I think they've loosened up.
Okay.
They didn't want any of it like getting cameras. There were no cameras allowed.
That's strange.
I know. So it's run by her family. And I've heard they've kind of loosened up a little bit on coverage because they need people to visit it. Then Snoopy's was that great, like,
the food.
It's just over the bridge, fried
good.
platters. And there's great taco spots, Nano's Taco Run. I want to go back to Corpus.
I was gonna say.
I've already said I want to go back to Corpus. Swim with sharks. That's going to be the episode right there. Dude. Okay. Very awesome. Hey, guys, if y'all have got questions for us, we love them. Leave them on social media or send an email to contact@thedaytripper.com or podcast@thedaytripper.com. And we may answer them here. All right. Last up, not so much questions, but things that people just needed to say. Some good, some bad. Let's go.
Hey, Daytripper, I got a bone to pick with you. Oh my goodness, it's the Daytripper. We love your show.
All right, this came from Steve Weatherly. This was kind of fun, so I put it in here. I just saw the Borger episode. I grew up in Pampa, about 30 miles east, and I was always told that Borger bars would ask you at the door. Now, Borger was a rough town. Like, it was founded by essentially the mafia.
Right.
And the Texas Rangers had to come and enforce martial law on it twice to clean it up. So this is a story from those days that if you walked into a bar, the doorman would ask if you had a weapon. And if your answer was no, they would give you one so you had a chance. Like, I hope that's true.
That's so good.
I'm sure that's not true, but it is a good enough
So
comment.
good.
I mean, the place was rough. The mayor was in on it.
Didn't they call it Booger Town?
They called it Booger Town. Yeah. I mean, the mafia ran that thing. Illegal moonshining, prostitution, gun sales.
Yeah.
The guy who bought the town and basically sold off the lots to get the town, it's an oil boom town. he immediately started running the mafia, like the Panhandle
Just
Mafia.
crazy.
Yeah, he had this guy that helped him named Two Gun Dick, who walked around with 2 big pistol revolvers on his hips and a dog, evidently. That's just stuff for a movie, man.
It really is.
All right, so thanks for that comment, Steve. This comes from Troy Taylor. Hey, my 15-year-old son just walked in, sat down as I watched an episode. He'd never seen your show before, but by the end he said, man, I could watch this all day. I agree, and I love what y'all do, and now he wants me to drive him to Wimberley from here in Dallas. Isn't that cool?
That's great.
Hey, bringing families together.
Love it.
Like the Daytripper. And we didn't have any bad comments this month. Anything, I know. I mean,
We're doing too good.
I guess. I like the nasty ones though, man. But here's one that's more of an update. This comes from More to Know How 1887. It's a YouTube comment. It says this: I just read that Eve in Lampasas finally hopped on that flying pig and rode off into the sky, which is a bummer. So we went to a place called Eve's in Lampasas.
Yes.
Eve was this wonderful older German lady who baked the most delicious German food. And we made a joke that she was going to ride a flying pig into the sky someday. And she did. She retired. She's not dead.
Okay. I'm sitting here just slowly
She's not
going,
dead.
what?
She just retired. She hopped on that flying pig and left the building.
Okay. She said it would happen when pigs fly.
But yeah,
so
that's
I guess
right.
They're flying.
They're flying. Well, we had that ridiculous animation in the episode. It's in our Lampasas show if y'all want to watch it. But this is just a moment to thank Eve for all of her amazing food. She was German, but she epitomized Texas hospitality, and to wish her well, whatever the future holds.
Absolutely.
So, Eve, thanks for the many years of great food. And we always loved visiting her place. There were puppets, weird German puppets everywhere. Incredible Black Forest cake. It was one of those authentic places. Schnitzels, spatzels. Rugenschlubens. I don't remember what else we ate. They were so good, though. All right. Well, guys, that concludes our podcast. Thank y'all for listening. Hope y'all have an excellent summer. Thank you to Don Hewlett Chevrolet, Texas Tough Accessories, as well as the Collin County History Museum. Y'all stay safe out there. Drink plenty of water, because it's going to be a hot one.
Peace.
Bye con Dios, amigos.